Okay, so retro gaming has been a thing for a while. I mean, let's just face it, retro gaming is awesome. You got the Super Nintendo, you got the NES, you got Atari systems, you got ColecoVision, you got Intellivision, you got a whole bunch of systems that came out in a good time of gaming because a lot of those things were made with integrity, as the old man from Pawn Stars would say. And then, eventually they become rare and they become expensive to collect for, especially nowadays because so many people are wanting to collect. Makes it hard for people like me who want to start out to collect. I mean, luckily, importing is an awesome, awesome thing to do, especially if you're collecting for the Super Nintendo and the NES. Well, actually, no, that would be the Famicom. Right. Um, but it's a cool thing. And just playing these old games are fun. And with those old games come the consoles, and with those consoles come clone consoles. Now, what are clone consoles? Essentially, clone consoles are self explanatory. They are consoles that were made with some of the same hardware as the originals, but not quite. Sold at a cheaper price than what a lot of shops would sell them for. Doesn't mean they are great. Well, actually, I think they're great, but doesn't mean like they're authentic to the original. Because they got the 3-in-1s, the 2-in-1s, the 4-in-1s, the 5 million-in-1s. There's so many clone consoles out there, and then there are some clone consoles that don't even use cartridges. Yeah, that's a thing. In fact, there are quite a few clone consoles for Sega, Atari, ColecoVision, and Television that only use a what the term is Nintendo on a chip, even though it's not a Nintendo on a chip. It's just pretty much emulator on a chip. That's pretty much what it is. It emulates these games on a chip. Technology is amazing because now you can get all this cool stuff, and it works almost as good as the original. Almost. And I do say almost because there's the whole feel thing. There are audio issues, there's video issues from time to time, and that comes with every clone, whether it plays physical or not. Reason why people get these things is because they want to preserve their originals. I mean, that's also why people get stuff like flashcards, so they can preserve their collection, which is awesome. And I like the idea of that. And I actually wish I still had my Nintendo DS one. But, you know, whatever. So, today, I'm going to be just talking about the Atari Flashback 2. Do I love it? Do I hate it? That's up to me to tell you. So, the Atari Flashback is a console on a chip, which is what I was briefly talking about. Console on a chip, so it's going to have emulation. It's pure emulation. But one reason why I do love this, and I'll probably have like a picture of it here soon, of course. Um, this machine actually has the ability to play original cartridges. I'm not even kidding. It really does. Of course, you'd have to like modify the casing for it, but this particular model, I don't know if the other ones have it. The this specific one has schematics like engraved into the chip of what you need to do to add a cartridge bay for this system. I've been thinking about getting this modded. I really want to get this modded and just get a few games for the Atari because I mean the Atari is like really a unique system, and you can't beat it. It's being alive during that time. You know, a lot of these games were revolutionary, and unfortunately, they're not now. They're dated in comparison to the Call of Duties, the Borderlands, all that stuff. It is dated in comparison to the games we got now. But there's always a good place in a lot of retro collectors' heart for the original Atari. And unfortunately, I'm too cheap to go out of my way to try to get an original Atari and to try to get the stuff needed to keep it working, keep it safe, and also to let it have composite out. Even though, according to Adam Carolla, these are terrible, but I don't mind them. I don't. I'm not that deep into quality, but there are many factors that prevent me from wanting to get an original Atari. So, about say May, I think May or June, pretty much like when everybody was doing garage sales this year. My mother, I was at my mother's house. I go there for a couple weeks at a time. My mother's boyfriend and my step grandfather went out on a garage sale hunt. They went to this one, and my mom's boyfriend saw this in the box with the controllers, with the power adapter, everything for $1. I believe that's how much was spent on this, and I'm like, really, $1? These things alone are probably worth like maybe $20, maybe at most. Like, this is just used, kind of like this, $20, $1. That's how much he spent. And I'm like, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. I kind of have like a soft spot for these kind of things, like these plug and play esque type of stuff. I actually have an Atari plug and play. Where did I have it? I think I have it up in my closet somewhere. But yeah, I have an Atari plug and play, which is pretty much just the controller with a battery pack and these composite out. I love it. I really do. I love these things. These things are awesome. To me, they are, because I get a chance to enjoy these games that my dad enjoyed as a kid, that many people enjoyed as a kid. I get to enjoy them. I used to own an Atari Flashback. I think it was like one of the first ones. And they had the long 7800-esque controllers, which were really stiff. And God, that controller sucked. But I would not change my experience, the fun that I had with that for anything in the world. Good thing about this is these have the DV9. I think that's what they're called, or DIM9. I'll probably have the correct one up in the video. These have specialized ports to use your Sega Genesis controllers, which is good, because these controllers aren't that great. But what I've been doing, actually, I've not been using my Genesis controller, although I have many times. I actually use my Retrobit SNES controller, and believe it or not, it actually works pretty well. And I keep looking to the side. I'm sorry, it's because my display's on that side. But yeah, I actually use this to play my games, and it's really good. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. It is a good way to do it. Yeah, it works the same way as you would plug in a normal controller. I prefer this method for some games because, let's face it, these controllers are, they did replicate like the stiffness of the controller. It's crazy, but I can't trade that for anything. Now, again, there are downsides. Sound is not going to be perfect. The video might not be perfect to some people, and there's the overall feel of nostalgia that you can't get. You can't emulate nostalgia feelings, which I get. I really do. I don't personally have that kind of attachment to my games. I do get the feeling of nostalgia, but in any format that I play it in, I always get that nostalgia. That's just me. Everyone's different. But I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk. Let's face it, I'm tired of hearing me talk. So let's get into what this looks like. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I'm doing this method instead of doing it through like some form of like not putting it through a capture card or anything. Pretty much, I want to make it as authentic as I possibly can, and also I don't have my recording equipment hooked up over here because I'm at a different part of the house because I want to sit down in front of my TV and play a video game. You know, kind of bring back an old school vibe to this. And we're just going to play some Asteroids. I suck at this game. I really do. And we are going to just hit start on the console. Oh yeah, and reset. There we go. And you see the jitteriness. I don't remember if this was on the original. I did play a bit of the original at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is really fun. Ouch. That was embarrassing, actually. Oh, shit. Ah. Never mind my terrible friggin' skills. But yeah, there's jitteriness. That could be because of the fact that it's on an HD TV. Like a gigantic HD TV. I have no idea. We're just gonna hit the power button twice. There we go. Let's see. Adventure Territory. There's Pitfall on here. It shows Pitfall on the box. Maybe it's skill in action. Where is Pitfall? There it is. This game, I'm alright at. And this is where using the This is where using shit. I was gonna say, this is where using the controller really comes in handy. Ah! Do I get off again? Ah! Ouch. Whatever. Oh. I'm learning. Shit! So much for my MLG skills. But yeah, you were able to see the, I'm gonna give this another go, actually. I like this game. It's a fun game. Oh, whatever. Oh! But yeah, of course I get hit by that. Why wouldn't I? Oh shit. Yeah, don't let my terror. Yes. You know what? We're just gonna. I need to stop sucking. But yeah, you can definitely see that there is a little bit of graphical issues. There's a bit of sound issues here and there. Overall, though, I think this is a fun, nifty system. I said it weird. But yeah, I do legitimately think this is a fun system. I do indeed love playing it. And I've actually played it quite a bit as of late. When I was in Salem at my mom's place, I would play this, and I think my little brother's actually starting to get more into it. If that's the case, which I really hope that he is, I want to introduce him to this game. Like, I want to introduce him to retro gaming. Oh shit. Ah, poop. Bananas. It's not accurate. It's not as accurate as like the actual machine. It would be hard to emulate the accuracy of a machine. but it's really nice. I like it. I do like it, and it's probably definitely worth the money if you can get it for a decent price. I wouldn't say go out of your way and spend like a crap ton of money on this, because it is flawed. It's emulation. I'm trying to shoot you. Oh, here's still one. Get over. How many of you are there? Oh. Ah, poop. Anyways, outside of my terrible playing, I enjoy this. I really do think this is a fun investment, and I recommend it to people that really want to just get back into just playing the games. I mean, if for anything, don't get it for the fact that you want to replace your Atari collection, or you want to replace your Atari, because this is not a replacement for the Atari. This is something that you would get your kids into, or get the younger generation into, to get them a good feel of what you played as, what you played when you were a kid. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching my failure at life, and I hope you guys enjoy the game, I hope you guys enjoyed the video too, and I really do hope you guys give this piece of hardware a chance, because it's a really good way to relive some of the classics. Ignore my terrible gameplay. Well, actually, don't ignore it, because it makes for decent comedy. Or what I consider decent, of course. Anyways, this is your host of the dungeon, Sorry Pihikru. And I'm signing out. Please come take another visit. I need to block down my outros. I really should. Anyways, bye guys.